is the recipe for lobster with fresh vegetables and herbs from our own gardens. So, of course, we need a blue Brittany lobster weighing about 500 grams, a few fresh baby broad beans, tomato petals, and I'll explain to you how to get this result here, how to prepare them. We also need a few green beans, purple artichokes from the Var, tiny artichokes, poivrade artichokes as they're called, asparagus tips, purple tips, also from the region. Tomatoes, green sweet peppers, wild mushrooms, and what we call lampin mushrooms, balsamic vinegar, and olive oil, salt and pepper. To prepare the tomatoes, first of all we remove the stem, and the peduncle, and we soak them in boiling water for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we cut them into 4 in this way. We cut it in 4, unless it's a really big one like this one, and then you take out the inner flesh and you just keep the outside of the tomato, the fleshy part. And now we're going to cook the lobster. We can steam it, but we can also cook it with an aromatic stock. When steaming, we cook for 3 minutes, and with the stock, we cook for about 5 minutes. The Brittany lobster can be replaced by other types of lobster, crayfish, or even scampi or large shrimps. So we have our tomato petals. We're going to salt them. We'll add a touch of sugar, arrange them on the oven plate, and then put them into the oven for about an hour. And this will give us these dehydrated tomatoes, which are not really cooked. As for the baby beans, they have to be removed from the pod. And we've got really very, very tender artichoke. And using a very sharp knife, we remove the outer leaves, and then we go around the artichoke in this way. And now I'm going to cut it into 4 parts. I'll withdraw the middle, and I'll cook it in salted boiling water for about 5 to 6 minutes. Here are the asparagus, which are ready. Give me the artichoke when it's ready, and now the sweet pepper, which needs to be cut up and then diced. Now, for the lobster, I remove the shell in this way, and I'll keep the outer shell here for decoration later, which I'll be preparing. I cut the tail in 2. I remove these dark parts. There's a kind of appendage inside that you find in all kinds of lobsters or shrimps. So I've got 2 very clean parts. And now as for the legs, I remove it with the cartilage, the hard part. And what you can do is to keep 2 or 3 legs for decoration. And now I'm going to prepare the sauce. To do this, I take a pinch of salt, and then I add roughly a teaspoonful of balsamic vinegar. I grind some fresh pepper. And then a good spoonful of virgin olive oil. And now we can begin to prepare the dish with the vegetables, the lobsters, the asparagus. I will now put on the lobster with the head towards the middle. A little dash of salt for the lobster. And now I add a drop of virgin olive oil. And then I cover the whole dish with this sauce. As for the tomato petals, we can have a kind of sophisticated approach with a little crown and with the flat-leaf parsley and the chervil, which gives the final touch of freshness. So here is the fresh lobster salad that we've made with lobster, but as I said, you can also make it with other crustaceans, such as crayfish, shrimps, scampi, or crabs.